Hello and welcome into the Knicks-Verse. My name is George, and if this is your first time here, or you've been here before but have not subscribed yet, please do so, along with hitting that thumbs up button for me and dropping your comments. Love the comments and share this video if you can. That'd be great. Not a good result. It was going to be a tough game regardless. It's the second game of a back-to-back going to Boston. They are right now playing tremendous basketball. They are definitely one of the favorites to win it all. They are contenders. I'm going to show you some stats that are going to blow your mind in terms of how powerful, how effective that starting unit of the Boston Celtics is. And on top of that, RJ Barrett couldn't play due to illness, suffering from migraines, which is terrible. I hope he recovers. Migraines are horrible. Anyone who suffers knows. When I was younger, I used to suffer from them. So I hope this is a short-term thing and not anything chronic for him. But what this game really, this game basically tells us everything we need to know about the importance of RJ Barrett to this current New York Knicks team. On a team where Randall is still trying to find his way, even though he had a great game the day before against Charlotte, back-to-back, playing on an ankle that's still recovering from the surgery, and Brunson as well. He's got a lot of mileage this season, playing FIBA and all that stuff. Despite all that, this would have been one of those great games where one of the other guys, one of the young guys from the core, steps up to fill RJ's shoes, like Emmanuel Quickley or Quentin Grimes. Anybody just steps up and gives you a tremendous game, gives you, 25 points or something, or even 20 points, anything. Didn't happen tonight. Didn't happen at all. I got some stats for you. I have some interesting stats to show you about the importance of RJ Barrett and the type of season he's having this year. I think they're going to be interesting and illuminating for you. Let's get to the highlights here. You can see the game started off, it was pretty even. And I'll tell you, I was texting with Foxy and JD and stuff and during the game. And as the third quarter wound down, I believe we lost the last minute and a half, last 90 seconds of every single quarter. I believe at least definitely the second quarter and the third quarter. We definitely lost the fourth quarter, the last minute and a half. But with that, we lost the whole fourth quarter. So it's and that to me speaks of fatigue. You just slightly, when you're tired. They traveled last night from New York to Boston, even though it's not a big trip. Still, that was a big game, and this is going to be a big game. And then you're missing one of your big three, your top scorer right now. It was going to be a tough challenge regardless. And that was a nice make right there. But the Knicks hung around. In fact, there was a half minute there where I thought they were going to pull off an upset today. And it wouldn't be an upset like a big upset. I think these teams fully strength, without the bizarreness of schedule issues. If both teams come in kind of like, regular NBA season type rest, one night in between, 2 nights in between of rest, this would be a tremendous battle. Hopefully we'll get to see that again the next time these guys play. Definitely need RJ out there. RJ knows how to cover Jason Tatum, even though he's, one of the top, probably right now playing. He's probably one of the top 5 players in the NBA right now, Jason Tatum. RJ understands his moves. They both went to Duke. RJ studies him a lot. So that's one thing, even though Tatum has the size advantage on him, but it's not as drastic as it is with Josh Hart or Dante DiVincenzo trying to, or even Randall trying to cover Tatum. He's just not the right fit for him. He's too fast. His handle's too good. Forces Randall to chase him. And by halfway through the third quarter, actually 2/3 of the way through the third quarter, you can see Randall was gassed and the whole team was pretty much starting to feel winded. And I felt, what? If this team that hasn't built up at least, some cushion going into the fourth, I would have taken an 8-point lead, but a 10-point lead would have been nice. That it would have been really hard for this team to win, and they basically proved that out. They just had nothing in that fourth quarter to be able to deal with the Boston Celtics. And let's see, what did they score in that? They ended up with 22 points in the fourth quarter. They were outscored by 8, 30-22, but there was garbage time involved in there. Get that there. See, towards the end of right here, the Knicks are up 48-40. Then they gave up that three right there. But then, boom, we hit this three. So now it's 51-43. Then we gave up a 2-point shot. Here, Brunson gets blocked. Fast break. Tatum, 2 points. The Celtics able to cut that 8-point lead the Knicks had in 90 seconds down to just a 1-point deficit. And that pretty much was the game right there. Even though Knicks put a valiant effort in the third quarter, they faded towards the end of it. We were outscored 32-23 in that third quarter as well. So for the second half, the Knicks could only score 45 points total. You're not going to win in the NBA that way. We didn't break the century mark. And as you can see right here, but this is what kept us going here. Nice. Brunson hits. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Brunson played a decent game. He was 10 of 21 overall, 3 of 7 from the three-point line. He gave us 26 points, 3 rebounds on 4 dimes. Still wish the assists were a little up. The team overall only dished out 17 assists overall. That's, you're just not going to win that way. It seemed like they weren't prepared to play without RJ, is what it seemed like. He's become such an integral part of what they do, both units. Remember, he's the guy also with that second unit. So, he comes out from the first unit, comes back, gets a little bit of rest in that first quarter, comes back in with that bench unit, and he's basically the leader on that team, on that second unit. So right now, he's the integral part. He's the linchpin for this team, shockingly. Because even like if Brunson had to take some rest, we have IQ. If Randall had to take a rest, we're screwed. If RJ takes rest, we see what happens. We're screwed. So we're a little thin in size here. And we've been talking about that. Everyone's been talking about it. It's become, but I got to say, Quinton was a no-show in the first half in terms of offensively, but he came out shooting in that third quarter. He hit 3 of 4 right away in the third quarter, I believe. He hit 3 of 4. Yeah, he ended up with 4 of 6 overall. In 28 minutes, 12 points. But still, that's not enough. We would have loved to have had double that output. And I don't see why there's an issue. Why not strategize that way? Why not game plan that way? I'm kind of disappointed in Thibs, as well. And but at the same time, it's just the reality of physicality. Sometimes you just don't have enough fuel in the tank to deal with a powerhouse like Boston is. And I believe Boston was rested. I don't think they played yesterday. We just confirmed that. I hate when I make these statements and they're not correct. When did they play Toronto on? They played Toronto Saturday. All right, so there you go. So they did have one night's rest in between. So here, this is where we were pretty close right here. 86-80, and that's it. The game just went crazy after this. Well, we're still around 6 points. Maybe we fall apart around the... Okay, we hit that. Oh, yeah, this is it. We got within 3 points. This is where I was saying, we might steal this game. This is where I was talking about before. There's this half minute, and then tough shot. He gets fouled, hits the end one for a 4-point play. And that just starts beginning to open up space for them. And they're playing at home. They're comfortable. There is no RJ to come in. There's no energy in these guys' feet right now. And then, look at this, the way he splits the defense. He just wiggled his way through. That was beautiful, honestly. That was gorgeous. And that was it. This was it. I think this is the final. So they're down by 10 here. And then he hits this. And that's the game. Right there. All right, let's get to this. Excuse me, I'm still recovering from this cough. Here are the actual stats. Boston, 5 players in double digits. Jason Tatum with the game-high 35 points on 13 of 23 shooting, 56.5%, 5 of 12 from the three-point behind the arc. Jalen Brown, 22 points. Didn't have a great game from behind the arc. 2 of 9. No, overall, actually, he did not have a great game. 7 of 18 overall. But he did hit all 6 of his free throws. The Knicks did struggle again from the free throw line. But Brown gave him 6 assists and 5 rebounds. Did commit 3 turnovers. Got a steal and a block. Kristaps, solid game for him. Guy's going to be a problem for the rest of the NBA on this type of team. he's going to be a big problem. He's always been a big problem, but now he looks really healthy. He looks good, I got to say. He looks really good. 21 points for him. Only 6 rebounds, though, but did get 3 dimes. Derek White, always a pest. Not an effective offensive game here, but defensively he played well. He was only 1 of 7. And Drew Holiday, 5 of 9 overall. 14 points for him. And Sam Hauser, the guy is a lethal three-point shooter. He probably is one of the best three-point shooters in the game right now, even though he comes off the bench. Let's get to the Knicks here. As you can see, Josh Hart started in place of RJ. He played 43 minutes total. He did hit 6 of 12, 3 of 6 from the three-point line, so he was effective. You know, he gave a good production from that position in place of RJ, but, you know, provided 16 points, 9 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal. That's still about 7 points less than what RJ has been averaging. So you start combining all these issues, and plus his lack of size to deal with a Tatum and slow him down. There you go. That's the ball game. Randall, even though he did finish with 25 points, really most of it he basically ate at the free throw line. Went there 11 times, connected on 9 of them, but the actual three-point game was 2 of 8 from the field. He was 5 of 11 from inside the arc. It's okay. It's not. I mean, that's just not the kind of production you need from your All-NBA power forward. But again, second game of back-to-back, bad ankle, blah, blah, blah. Mitch, you know, he was more effective in that first half than he was in the second half. Quentin Grimes, again, he was the reverse. He was effective in the second half offensively. A total no-show in that first half. Jalen Brunson, you know, he fought for every point that he got. He finished with 26, like I mentioned before, but only 3 of 5 from the free throw line. And, you know, I mean, the team shot 70.8% from the free throw line. Got to shoot better than that, guys. Got to shoot better than that. The team ended up shooting well from behind the arc. They shot 15 of 35, but they could not do anything in the paint, inside the arc. Look at this, 33 of 79 overall. That means they shot 18 for 40. 18 for 44. 18 for 44. That's pretty bad. 18 for 44. What is that? Can't do that math that fast. They shot 40% inside the arc. Not good. I think I messed up my math there. But you can see. And then Emmanuel Quickly, 1 of 10. Come on, bro. I'm counting on you. This is your getting your money bag year. You know, if you had put together two good solid games in a row, we might steal. Today would have been a game we would have stolen. You would have been a hero. 1 of 10 overall. Only hit 1 3-point shot. I only took 2 attempts. But I'll tell you, they looked good. It's not like he was like, you know, whiffing or missing or whatever. That could also just be you're not as sharp because he could be a little fatigued again. I'm just going to keep using that excuse because it also was compounded by the absence of RJ. And they play with an eight-man rotation, basically. You can't look at the Deuce and Sims there because they only came in garbage time. So they were at an 8-man rotation. So we're totally super shorthanded. Now, these are the team comparisons. You can see the Knicks did actually have a lead. They had an 8-point lead at one time, but you can see the fade right here on the right. This is the lead tracker. It's all green, and it just keeps getting greener and greener and greener as we get later into the game. And I just thought there's no way with that fatigue, you know, that this team was going to be able to pull something out. But you can see a little dip right there where we were watching before. But the Knicks did make a little bit of a run, but just wasn't enough. Fast break points, Boston led 9-5. Second chance points were pretty much even, 15-14. Points in the paint was the big difference here. Boston was connected on make 34 points for them, only 18 for us. That's a plus 16 right there. That's it. You're going to lose like that way. But we didn't turn the ball over much, so that was good. Only 8 turnovers. 5 steals. We did lead them in the steals, but the assists, just lack of ball movement. It was more lack of being able to play make. A lot of time, there was a reversion to the old style of play that Thibs is trying to get away from. But the thing is, certain players are essential to that, and RJ is one of those right now. And that's one of the big successes of why the team has done well. Now, I'm going to say I'm not that upset about this loss. It was the end of the 10th game. We are now 5-5, so we were just hoping if we just get through these first 10 games and we're 5-5, that we might get through the woods. Now, unfortunately, we're still on this crazy road trip, another 4 games within a week. So it's going to be tough. Or no, another 3 games. We just played 2. It was from yesterday to next Sunday, or next Saturday. It's going to be 5 games total. That's a brutal schedule. But hopefully RJ's migraines will subside and come to play the Wizards on Wednesday, and Knicks can destroy them, and then move on from there. But I want to show you guys something else. Let's get to this. All right, this is show you the importance of RJ Barrett. Give you perspective. This doesn't include today's games, because I got all these stats earlier. I was going to do a pregame show to show you stuff, but this is still pertinent because RJ didn't play today. Right here. These are the best 3-point shooters in the game right now who have played at least 15 minutes per game and played in at least 5 games. And also at least attempting 4 3-point attempts per game. So Doug McDermott, number 1, 52.4%. That's his job. He's a great 3%. And look, Alec Burks right there, number 2 at 50%. Grant Williams at 50%. Right there, RJ Barrett tied with them at 50%. So RJ Barrett is tied for second best 3-point shooting field goal percentage in the NBA. Now, he may not be exactly at this moment, but he was at this point before games began today. That shows you his importance. There's no one else even on that list even close. That's a Knick. So, but look who's on that list, man. Steph Curry, Lauri Markkanen. Some great 3-point shooters here. Now, it's early. These numbers aren't going to stay this way, but it just shows you how impactful he has been so far to the Knicks. And I'm going to keep going. This is showing his net rating. This is the net rating for same exact criteria. At least 5 games played, at least playing 15 minutes per game, and I think attempting 4 3-point attempts per game as well. Because I just want to show similar style players. Here we go. Jason Tatum, you can see it tonight, was obviously the number 1 in net rating in the NBA with a 24.6. Robert Covington is at a 22.2, but he only plays 15.3 minutes per game. And Patrick Beverley also around 15 minutes per game, and he has a 22.2 net rating as well. Derek White, right there, 22.1 rating. Alec Burks, former Knick, 19.6, and there is RJ Barrett, 6th, for 6th best in the entire NBA in net rating, above guys like Anthony Edwards, Kristaps Porzingis, Nikola Jokic, who else we got there? Tyrese Maxey. But look at this, it's interesting. Jason Tatum, Derek White, Drew Holiday, Kristaps Porzingis, and Jalen Brown is not on here, but that is 4 of their 5 starters are in the top 15. Oh, look, Peyton Pritchard is there too. So 5 of their players are in the top 20 in net rating. That's how effective that Boston team is, how difficult they are to beat. So I'm not that upset about it, but it just shows you the importance of RJ with an 18.8 net rating. Now, to show you his importance to the actual Knicks, this is the differential right here. From points scored per 100 possessions to points allowed per 100 possessions. When RJ is on the court, the Knicks are a plus 18.3. Look at that. There's no one else even above 2. Mitch is the closest one with a plus 1.2. That is the impact of RJ Barrett on this team. Let's hope he stays hot like that, but let's hope that these other guys start rising above. I think they are. They had a nice 3-game homestand in MSG that ended last night, and they began this road trip. Let's hope that we get back on track on Wednesday against the Wizards. I'm pretty sure we will. Look at that. Oh, here's one more thing. So I had this final thing. Here's this final thing. This is total plus minus. This is plus minus, not total plus. Wait. Is it? Yeah, they did do it. Plus minus right here. Average. Jason Tatum, number 1. Derek White, number 2. Drew Holiday, number 4. Kristaps Porzingis, 8th. And there's Jalen Brown right there. I believe he's 11th right there. So all their starters are in the top 11 in plus minus in the NBA, and their record shows it. They're now 8-2, and they're second in the Atlantic Division. But RJ Barrett is right there. Right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th. 7th place with a 10.9 plus minus. No other Knick inside at all. All right. Well, thank you so much for watching this. Again, my name is George. Please subscribe, share this video, hit the thumbs up button, and drop your comments. I want to hear your thoughts and feelings about this game. Again, not going to overreact. It was going to be one of those tough challenges. It depended on how, what kind of a lead the Knicks could have built up in that third quarter, and they actually faded in that third. It was actually their worst quarter. So let's see. Wednesday, they go at it again. All right. Thank you so much for watching this, and I will see you around.